Sugar daddies on aisle one. Sugar daddies on aisle one. Get your 2-for-1 special.
Calling strangers in Beverly Hills,
Guys,
my
I'm
star
out here in
daddy.
Beverly Hills with my new sugar daddy.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, I was just letting my fans know that I'm in Beverly Hills with my new sugar daddy.
She sure is.
And he's gonna buy me anything I want while we're out here. Isn't that right?
Let's go.
Okay, where are we going?
Tiffany's,
Tiffany's.
the jewelry store.
Okay, let's go. I'm so sorry, that was just for a video. I do social media.
I was serious.
He was actually serious, so we're going.
Yes, we are.
You know I will.
You swear to God what?
I swear on the Bible, I'll throw those in the dumpster and buy you a pair of Pradas right now.
So let's go to the Prada store.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, let's go. Let's fucking go.
You know how much money I make?
Let's fucking go.
Don't let these clothes fool you. I got money.
Imagine if I listen what a hater gotta say. I never give a broke bitch any time of day. You ugly when you jealous, bitch. Look at that face. I'm hot right now and you're not, okay? You big man, oh you big man. Got a big bag, popping big tags. All white Rover, yeah, whip that.
Now, before we talk about sugar daddies, we have to talk about your favorite poly relationship, which consists of Sean, Olivia, and Shanice. Well, Shanice has left the building, and she spilled the tea on her YouTube channel, what she was actually going through in that relationship. And actually, a lot of women are now coming forward about Sean's behavior. Let's get to the tea.
Me and like associates, I would say, we're close, but like we're not that close. So
Yeah.
she's more like on that level.
Yeah.
And you agree with that, Shanice? Or you feel like y'all
Like,
are?
friend?
Yeah.
Me saying like me and my best friend are close.
Yes.
Like understanding that, yeah, I get that.
Okay.
Are you asking is it the same?
Yeah. I mean, you okay. But you feel like it's getting there. You
I did have a little bit of, oh my gosh, right?
Cool. Like, that's it. That's the only thing. Don't even put yourself in those type of situations. So, that's it.
So this man went on TikTok Live, where they get up to 50,000 people, and he smells her crotch when he announced to the world that he doesn't use condoms, and now he's trying to figure out why her pH is off? Are you serious? That man's not wrapped too tight. A woman came forward and she said when they were together, one day they had sex and it was consensual and it turned very violent. She went on to say that he was sexing her so hard that she began to bleed. And after the encounter was over, she developed a cramp that wouldn't go away. She was in so much pain she had to lay on the floor. And when she told him exactly what was going on, he said the whole purpose of sex is to bleed. This is a very sick man, and I got a prediction. He will soon be in jail. Especially since minors are claiming that he's sending them pictures of his genitals, but not only that, videos of him playing with himself. Yeah, it's time for him to go to jail. I see that Shanice has left that poly relationship safely, and I hope the same for Olivia. Now, Olivia's 20 years old, and Sean is 30 years old, and people are asking Olivia's father, why don't he just go get his daughter? And he's told everybody that Olivia has to learn on her own. He also stated that he understands that his daughter is sleeping with this older man and he got her nose wide open. In other words, she's a little digmatized and there's nothing really he can do. But he also stated that Sean reminds him of himself when he was younger. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound good. I just believe that men need to take their sexual health more seriously. A lot of these men scare me because they could have green shit coming out of their penis and their ass, and they still won't go to the doctor. I'm not going to even get deep into that today. We're just going to move on to the next topic, sugar daddies.
What people want on those websites is pay per meet. That's it. They're looking for escorting. Like they're looking.
If you are contacted by a sugar daddy on fucking seeking arrangements of all websites, or really any website like that, like even fucking Tinder, and they say something like, don't worry, I don't want anything physical, nothing sexual, like I just need someone to keep me company, like go on a couple of dates with me, text me frequently, don't worry, nothing physical, let's meet up to discuss allowance. It's because sex work is a crime, and nobody is going to text and have in writing the details of the crime they're about to commit with a fucking stranger because they think you might be a cop doing a sting operation, and they're expecting you, if you're on a fucking sugar baby or sugar daddy website or a goddamn sex work website, they're expecting you to be experienced and smart enough to be aware of that. So you're going to show up on that meeting or that date where you're going to discuss allowance to keep him company, and he's immediately going to start talking about your prices for favors. Like, I don't understand what you people think the sugar and sugar baby and sugar daddy means. Like, what do you think it stands for? What do you think these men are asking when they say that they're lonely and they want company? Like, you wouldn't expect a drug dealer to post on Facebook, like, hey guys, I have a shit ton of meth, come through. And I can understand maybe some of the younger generation if they grew up sheltered and they just never experienced that kind of thing. And I can especially understand it when there's like influencers with like literally hundreds of thousands and millions of followers telling these people like not to expect to have to put out when they're advertising themselves on fucking seeking arrangements. But come on, people. You cannot advertise yourself as a sugar baby if you're not expecting to give anyone sugar.
To all the sugar babies, do you consider yourself an escort? I think you need to have a certain type of personality to be a sugar baby. If you're the nice, sweet, quiet girl, don't you take your ass out there and be a sugar baby. Because what are you going to do when you get alone with this man that you've never met before and he's twice, 3 times your size? How are you going to fight your way out of that situation? Those are things you got to think about. It was about 2 years ago when I went to a car dealership and it was a man there signing papers to get a Range Rover. His college-age girlfriend was sitting there with him, and when they brought him out the 2 set of keys, she had her hand out for the keys. And he said, no, this is my car. And he let her know in front of everybody that if she messes up, he's going to have another woman driving that car. That young woman was so embarrassed, she started crying and she ran out the dealership. Listen, nothing in this life is for free. It was another situation when I was back in school and a young woman was being taken care of by her sugar daddy. Not only was he sending her to school, he had her living in one of his rental properties. Anyways, that young woman begged me to spend the weekend with her at that home. And she was saying, oh, I can introduce you to wealthy men. I told her, you ain't pimping me out for the weekend. And she was like, oh, no, I just want you to spend the weekend with me. People take kindness for weakness. When they see that you're kind, they think you'll fall for anything, but no. I knew what was going on in these streets. The weekend rolls around and it's time to go back to class on Monday. So I get to the lecture hall on Monday and I get there early and I'm sitting there and the professor's sitting there. And the woman that invited me to her home, she comes hopping into the lecture hall on crutches. But that's not the worst part. She has a black eye and a busted lip and the face is swollen. The professor was too stunned to speak, and so was I. When she hopped towards me and sat in the chair, she began to cry because she was still in pain from that man beating her ass. She confessed that he blacked out on her when she asked for more money. You sugar babies got to be careful out here. You got women out here getting finessed by the sugar daddy. Some of these women out here bragging about getting $400 a month. They getting finessed out here. That's why they loving Shira 7, because somebody's finally giving them the game. Let's move this right along. What we gonna talk about next? Keke Palmer.
I got millions of buckets to choose from, sweetheart. So you ain't stopping what's going on with me. So if you gonna act up, I'm about to link up.
Okay, and what happens if you ever had a Summer Walker situation with me? Some girl just like, yo, just so you know, she was wearing like my Eagles jersey.
She's not even getting on the line with me. I'm not talking to nobody. I don't care. She could be standing next to you in a picture. I'm blind. I'm Stevie Wonder to the bullshit. Whatever that we going through, we talking about that in the closet. Like, we ain't nobody, like, it's on some, like, he's got a twin brother. Like, I'm not discussing that.
But then how are you going to react when people bring it to you? I saw your man, or I saw that. You know, people are
And I saw your man. I didn't want to bring it up, but since we're bringing it up, have you checked with him? And then we'll laugh and then we'll move on because they know I'm not playing at that point.
Exactly. Right. You don't have to discuss your man or your money.
Keke Palmer's man fumbled the bag in the worst way. Do you see Usher's fiance complaining about Usher right now? No, she's too busy worried about generational wealth. Keke told her man in front of her mother that if they was to have a problem, she would want to talk about it deep in the closet. And what does he do? He brings it on the internet. But he can't handle that Hollywood lifestyle, so guess what? You got to go get a regular girl and be the man of the house and get to the money, just like Keke doing. These celebrities, part of their job is to mingle with their coworkers and kiss and hug. That's Hollywood. You know, the boyfriend stated that he has very high standards and morals, but I disagree because why are you having babies out of wedlock? Why are you choosing somebody in Hollywood in the first place? Go ahead and put that picture up of Keke and her boyfriend because this is very interesting. Let's see here. I see breasts, and he's smiling. I thought he didn't want her to dress like this. Oh, wait, he only wants her to dress sexy in his presence, right? Got it. If you're going to be demanding a woman to dress a certain way, you got to marry her. I think Keke's next man is going to be really successful. I think she learned her lesson, and she had to learn it in public. Good luck to her. Now let's talk about Adam 22's wife, because the men are still baffled. And why are you baffled? Black men have been saying for years that white women are more sexually free than black women, right? Adam 22 is sacrificing white women in front of our eyes. And the black men are having a hard time accepting it. They don't want to accept that these are the real whores. These white women been getting bussed down since middle school to high school, then at the university, to the top boardrooms in corporate America. Do you know how many white women have had trains ran on them at these universities across the country? Man, please. These black men looking real silly right now. These white people out here love a good swinger party. And it's more black men than you think that have been offered a fee to bust down a white man's wife. So how submissive is the white woman? Because they keep telling us we're not submissive enough. And these black men don't even know what submissive is. They never seen it in their family home. You can't lecture me on submission if you grew up with nothing but single women. I'm sorry. I grew up in a family with nothing but married women who stayed in the kitchen, so I guess today they would be called pygmies, right? I know what submission looks like up close and personal, and I know what it's like to see a man take care of a woman up close and personal. When I see black men begging for submission, it makes me cringe because you're not supposed to do that. These men really think they're being masculine right now and they're really being feminine, but you can't help it because you were surrounded by women growing up. I agree with the men on one thing. When it comes to finding a partner, I don't want somebody from a broken home because that's a whole lot of trauma. And I am not a therapist, and I'm not going to pretend to be one. And how in the hell am I going to heal you? Who do I look like? Jesus? I'm Star. Thank you for coming to the channel. Good night.